What is going on? It is your boy Morbius. It is Tuesday, which means another episode of Comic Relief. Y'all already know how we do here. We get it in. We keep it real. Ain't no sugarcoating. Ain't none of that going on here. We just speaking the truth on how things go in this community with no holds bars. And y'all already know what we living about. Trigger some people. So let's get into it. Yeah, what's good, my brother?
What's going on, brother? What's happening?
Chilling, man. Another Tuesday, another chilly Tuesday, should I say?
Yeah, it is, man.
It's getting a little nippy out here, y'all. It's getting a little nippy. Don't know if y'all if y'all anybody from the West Coast over here, you know what I mean? It might still be
probably still 80 degrees out there.
You know what I'm saying? But over here on the East Coast, you know what I'm saying? Midwest, Central Time, whatever the fuck, we feeling it. We getting that cold air, you know what I mean?
That's it.
So yeah, man, we hanging out today. As you know, of course, today's topic. I know last week, definitely last week, Paul got to see Black Panther. So this week I got a chance to go see it with the homie, my boy Chris. What up, my brother? Appreciate you. So we definitely wanted to talk about it because before I went to go see it, there was a lot of people that I saw were commenting on it, making videos and stuff, and it was all over the place. So I was like, you know, I can't say anything until I watch this movie. I can't have an opinion. So I saw the movie, so I got an opinion now. You know what I mean? And we're gonna talk about it today. So we were just saying, you know, what is this some type of feminist agenda, the social justice warrior type movie? You know what I mean? Or is it not? You know, but we're gonna talk about that today. And before we talk about it, why don't we get into this chat? Because we got a lot of people hanging out with us. I know a lot of people want to find out what's the deal with that. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, this brother ready to go in today. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go in today as usual. Well, we go in every Tuesday. But those who haven't been here on a regular Tuesday, y'all going to see how we get it in. But real quick, let's get into this chat, man. Shout out to Unruly Simeon, man. Salute to you, brother. Appreciate you.
Planet of the Apes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And of course, we got the big homie Justin, who I was just on his channel. He had picked up a big haul. Shout out to Zapp's Comics, who had a sale on the weekend. And Justin definitely picked up some great books, a lot of dope Wonder Woman Perez I saw in there. You know, so I'm definitely excited about that, what the brother was showing. So definitely shout out to Justin. Got to get him back on the show soon. Hopefully next year we get him back on. Who we got here? We got Miguel. What's good, my brother? Appreciate you for stopping in, man. Always a pleasure to see you here. Of course, we got another aficionado. Leroy, what's good?
The Marvel 2-in-1 mind link. I see you, Leroy.
Yep. I was gonna jump in on that, man. I was gonna jump in on, but it was late in the day. I didn't get on till like 8 o'clock. I was like, I had something nice for y'all too. I had something nice, you know. But I was like, I can't take no pictures. It's too dark out.
I definitely need to post some more Marvel 2-in-1. It's a great series.
Yeah, definitely. That's a dope one, man. I got to do more of that. Definitely. We got who else we got here? We got Free Energy in the building.
What's up, Free? Yeah, sorry, man. We tried to link up the other night, but it didn't happen. But I'm still waiting to hear that story.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. You got to tune me in on that, man. I don't know what's going on.
I got you.
Yo, John, Big Daddy Ross, what's good, my brother? Always a pleasure.
What's up, John?
Beautiful gentleman. Love this man. Who else we got in the building? Planet Mayhem was good. We up in here hanging out today. That's what's up. That's what's up. Look, they're already going in on the comics, bro. They're already going in. I mean, on the movie. My bad. Look at that. Oh, man. Let's go. Let's get it. What else we got here? We got Big Sove in the building. What's going on, Sove? Happy Tuesday, as you already know, man. Oh man. Sorry to hear that, brother. Hope you're feeling better, man. My daughter actually was a little sick, man. There you go.
I picked up something last weekend. You might like it. I'm sure you have it. Or you probably got one that's signed and
he got like 30 signatures on it.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. I thought it was cool for $50.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We all caught up here. You know, I know I got more family coming through as they come in. We would definitely salute y'all. Shout out to everybody who's hanging out with us now. Appreciate you guys. Let's just go back to here. Well, yeah, gotta go to the Got to cheers,
Cheers to
brother.
everybody. Official
Cheers,
sponsors,
man. Cheers.
Stella and Hennessy. You know, that's how.
And you see, right? You see. I'm using
Fuck the Giants. I hate them
my
bitches.
Giants. You know what I'm saying? Salute to y'all. Salute to the chat. If you're drinking, take a sip. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how we do here. And let's just go. I'm gonna go straight in because I saw Unruly. I want to start off with his comment real quick. Because guys, let me know what y'all think so we could rebuttal and we could speak on it. And also, you know what, real quick, before we get into this chat real quick, I'm gonna leave it up real quick. But of course, let me put in the link. If you have the balls to jump in and want to speak your mind, you are more than welcome to. You know, as we all do here, I put in the link in the chat right now. You're more than welcome to jump in. Unless you some sucker ass motherfucker, then you're gonna get fucking.
I don't know. I mean, let's look at this, man. Let's break it down. We got this comment up here, and you're talking about if you got the balls to join in. I mean, so a woman can't join in. Is that what you're saying?
No, women got balls. Women got balls. They got 2 of them on their chest. We just got them on the fucking on our heads. They got them on their chest.
Hopefully they're not hairy like ours. You know what I mean?
Right. No, that's not what it be. Most importantly, let's propose. It is a feminine or social justice movie. Is that necessarily a bad thing? Well, yes, it is a bad thing. Of course, it's a bad thing because it comes with condensate. It comes with the. See, you got to understand this. See, first of all, a lot of these people that speak feminism don't even know what the fuck feminism really is. The definition of feminism. You know what I mean? And that's what we start at, you know what I mean? So before anybody wants to speak about feminism, make sure we understand the definition of feminism and social justice warrior, of course, because social justice warriors is an emotional based foundation. It doesn't really come with any real type of like factual logic. It's just all how I feel. You know what I mean? It's pretty much a feeling argument. You know what I mean? And I don't deal with feelings. I deal with facts and truth and actual truths. Not your truth, not my truth, the actual truth. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe in that whole shit when people be like, oh, yeah, this is my truth. The fuck does that mean? That don't mean shit to me. The fuck? A murderer could be like, that's my truth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
my truth is I'm a millionaire. Just no one else fucking acknowledges it.
Exactly. It's like, I don't give a fuck about your truths. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't mean shit to me. We talking about fucking facts. You know what I'm saying? We talking about we're not in our feelings. We're not in our emotions. That's one of the major arguments that I have with people. When I had somebody I got into a discussion with somebody and they were like, oh, well, you telling me that my feelings do not supersede science, does not supersede, biology. And I'm just like, no. How is that even like, where's the logic behind that? Like,
yeah, that's a strange question.
You want to feel, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean that it's true. You know what I'm saying? You could feel that the earth, is flat. You could feel the earth, you know what I'm saying? You could feel the earth, the color of the sky is red. You could feel that way. Doesn't fucking mean it is. You know what I'm saying? Facts state otherwise. So it's like, that's my point I'm trying to make. You know what I mean? Because when that person told me that, and they were like, oh, well, there's plenty of scientists that will tell you, there's this many genders or this, that. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's see the receipts. Like, show me the documentation that it is proven fact on paper by these scientists that you're saying that you have, and I'll shut the fuck up, And she said, oh, wait a minute. You want me to start researching this now? Hold on a second. So you just made...
I know. Where'd you come up with this thing?
So where the fuck did you come up with that? If you gonna research it now, that means that it came out your ass. You made some shit up based on your feelings right now, and you made it up. And now when I question it, now you like, oh, why do I gotta research it? Because that's what fucking intelligent people do. That's how you have an intelligent conversation with somebody and not just speaking out your ass with a bunch of fucking opinions that have no basis or foundation in reality. You know what I mean? And that's how you have a conversation with somebody. So there's plenty of times that I get in my feelings, but I got to check myself and I got to be like, hold up, what you saying is actually correct. And I got to chill and I got to check myself. I've done that many a times on this show.
Yeah, we've all been wrong before. There's nothing wrong with that. But you got to present something more than just you feel. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. What up, Julius? Shout out to you, my brother. Well, not really make fun of them. It's not even to make fun of them. It's just to make them to see what they're saying really is very subjective and has no base in reality. You know what I mean? So you're gonna try.
sometimes it may align where your feelings also align with something that's the truth. So it's
Right.
like, it's
Right.
not in every case where it's just
No.
like, oh, I
No.
just feel that way,
No.
like if you can make them match, perfect. But
Right.
in relation to this question, the issue I have is if basically we're comic book readers, long time we read the stories, and always comics have a little bit of political, and there's always a little bit of something behind the story sometimes, but overall it's not like beating you over the head with it. I
Right.
feel like I want the movies to reflect what I've been collecting and reading for 40
Right.
years to some degree. Obviously you got to change some things. So if it's just their whole purpose was to push that kind of shit and just disregard the material, the source material, I mean, then that's something I wouldn't be cool with.
Right.
But in relation to this movie, I don't feel that was the case anyways.
No, it was not. And real quick, feminism, that's exactly is a noun. It means the rights basis of equality of sexes, meaning that we look at each other in fairness. But when you talk to a feminist, that's not how she looks at men. You know what I mean? We're worthless. We're not needed. We're no longer valued. So how is that feminism? That's not feminism. You know what I mean? And that's where, this whole, and thanks to TikTok and social media, it got people fucked up because they watch a 1-minute video and they think they're fucking knowledgeable now. They got it all fucking figured out on one fucking 1-minute video on TikTok.
Social media definitely
right. Social media done fucking brainwash a lot of people.
Okay.
That's where they get their information from. Instead of actually open up a book and do some research, you know what I'm saying? They'll watch a 1-minute TikTok video and be like, hey, I figured it all out now.
But that's the good part of social media, right? Well, it's not good for me. I'd say it's the bad part, but it's the good part for them is they can spout off all this dumb shit where there's no fear. Like we couldn't talk stupid like this when we were kids.
No, we can. You get punched in the mouth.
Get a smack in the face,
You get punched
now
in the
you
mouth.
can you can spout off anything on the internet. No one's gonna.
You can do anything, and nobody's gonna fuck. There's no repercussions for it.
And some people might even get off on it. They just put dumb, crazy shit out there just to get a reaction on it.
You know what I mean? And I think the main goal of this conversation. I mean, we're gonna go and talk about the movie, which is exactly what Paul was just saying, that this movie was not some type of agenda. I didn't see it. There was certain stupid little cinematic shit that I was just like, okay, maybe like something where I thought like, oh yeah, it was a little over the top, you know what I mean? But not in the sense of, oh my God, this is some, Woman King type movie, you know what I mean? Where it's like straight bullshit throughout the whole movie. It's like, because I had somebody, what up, Desire? So my brother, salute.
Nigel, I'm still waiting for that call, man.
So
you probably had to call Godly Comics or Rage or one of those dudes before you could get to me. I understand. I get it.
Right. You see now, social justice. Right. There you go. Justice in terms of distribution of wealth, opportunity, and privileges within a society. And when you take that and put emotion and a whole bunch of feelings behind it with no actual facts and foundation, then you get the social justice warrior who's screaming in your face, who's fucking yelling, I fucking hate you. And you're just like, why? Why you hate me?
You don't even know me.
You don't even fucking know why. Why? You're emotional right now. You're all in your fucking feelings with the rest of your fucking crowd. And what happened? You get that tribal effect. You know what I mean? They feed off each other's energy and it just spews everywhere without anyone actually having any rational thought to have a conversation, bro. Let's just sit down and have a conversation. But you can't, you know what I mean? Because it's all twisted and warped. But going back to the movie, I do not believe that this movie was, some big, feminist, putting women in the forefront and women power. Not at all, man. Not at fucking all. I did not see that. If you go and because I had somebody say like, oh my God, how is this little skinny, woman beating up all these men? I was like, did you see the part where she took
the heart-shaped herb? Yeah,
heart-shaped herb that gives you durability, strength, speed, and like, did you see that part? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what gave her the ability to do that. You know what I mean? It wasn't just her becoming like empowered. Like she wasn't just like, I'm gonna empower myself and believe I could do this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go kick ass. And it was just like, no. So that's why I saw a lot of videos of people posting that shit that they were like, oh my God, this is just ridiculous. All these women. Yes. If go look at the first movie.
I was gonna
You
say
had
that
the
there was
same
no
amount
new
of women in
women.
that movie you had in this movie, except that you didn't have Chadwick Boseman, you know what I mean, who was in the forefront of the movie, taking up most of the screen time, obviously, because he's fucking T'Challa. You know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying?
I mean, there was no like new characters introduced this movie. It was all the same women. Dori Milaje, the Shuri, his mom. I mean, it was all kind of the same women.
You know why unruly? Because that's what's pushed right now. That's all you see right now. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? The true feminism was, now let me tell you this, feminists, right? They pushed feminism on our women, right? To do what, and what benefits have that caused women to be what in the workforce? Yes, they're no longer home, they're no longer with their children. You know what I mean? And so now you have all this stuff going on, right? So I'm not gonna try to get too I don't want to get too political on this because I want to stick to the movie. But we need to understand that feminism, the way it has been, is been used as a weapon. It's been weaponized. You got to understand that it's been weaponized in our society
Correct.
today. You know, it's not nothing where these are the worst parts of feminism. No, that is feminism today. Show me a feminist who does the contrary of what I'm telling you. You're gonna find very few true feminists who understand what feminism means. So this is what I'm saying. We're not, we're looking at statistics here. We're not generalizing. We're going to look at statistic wise. This is what you see the majority of, and based on all these movements, what you see. If you could find me a video of a feminist actually speaking about feminism in its truest form, you know what I'm saying? You're going to find probably one or two of those, because there's very few of them, because that was been weaponized and used against
Yeah.
women. Women are shitting on men using feminism as their motivation behind it. And what is that doing for women? Where is that putting women at? You know what I mean? What is that doing for women? Is it
Yeah.
really putting them in a position that and that's just the thing, it's like equality. You cannot, how can we really, honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100. How can we be equal? How? Equality as far as rights? Yes. Physically? No. We are not equal physically. We are not equal physically. That is fucking retarded if you think that. Biologically, scientific, we are not equal physically. Justice-wise, socially, yes, we deserve equality. A woman should have every right that a man has as far as justice goes in the court system and all that. But if you want to go to the court system, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times these women are heard in the court. Believe me, I've been in court, okay, fighting for my children. And the judge doesn't want to hear a fucking word I got to say.
Nah, it's definitely
He
slanted.
shuts me the fuck down. And I'm in the right, mind you. I'm in the right. And he don't want to hear no. I was like, excuse me, judge. No, nope, shut the fuck up. Basically told me you are not allowed to speak. Why? Because it's already that persona. They already prejudge me because I am the stigma of the fucked up father. You know what I mean? And the woman is already put in a position, even though she's the one that's fucked up. But you're not looking at that. You're already, because of feminism, because of the mentality that we have today of putting women, putting them in this position where they're not going to be held liable for these things, but a man is fucked up. You know what I mean? A man should not, if a woman is at fault, she should be put at fault, but in the court system, they want to hear her side of the story, what she got to say first, you know what I mean? And she could be the abusive one, and I've seen it. I've dealt with that, so let's not go there, because what we're looking at things, let's not generalize shit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna pay that child support, exactly, even if it ain't your fucking child.
There's no doubt about
Even
that.
if it ain't your fucking child, you're gonna pay that child support.
I was thinking something though, back to what he said about how you said, because that's basically what we see, so my interpretation, my like my feelings, like, so when I see or hear social justice warrior, just by nature, to me, that seems like it's very like, yes, they're gonna make videos, they're gonna be on social media, they're gonna be like, I know plenty of people trying to do good for certain people. You would never know it. They're not out there promoting themselves as helping further causes, or they don't put themselves out there like that, but they behind the scenes doing good, trying to help people. So yes, the ones we see screaming in your face and all those crazy videos, TikTok and all that shit, that's like, I don't know if they're actually affecting any change, but that is the impression. That is what you would think, the stereotype of what one of those people, how they kind of carry themselves.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? And it's not even about like not trying to talk your way out of child support. I don't know what fish scale was like. If that's what you think I was trying to do, that's not what I was trying to do, brother. Ain't nobody talking their way out of child support. It's talking their way into custody, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? When you see somebody who's abusive to your child, you want to make sure that you give that child the right environment, but they're not going to hear what the fuck I got to say because I'm a man and I get shut down. You know what I mean? And that's based on what? You know, exactly what we're talking about. You know, so it's like, so who really got who got the leverage here in society when you want to look at it? You know what I'm saying? It's like, so when you want to talk about equality, yes, equality as far as rights and justice, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to it, we are not equal physically, and that's perfectly fine, because if we were, we wouldn't fucking mesh well. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are we gonna fucking, there ain't no yin and yang. You gotta have that yin and yang. You know what I'm saying? But when you're yin and you're saying that yang is worthless and has no value and you don't need that, there's a problem. Now the society starts to collapse.
Yeah, now they're trying
to having a breakdown in society. Yeah. You know what I mean? That it's not about, oh yeah, we got to big it up. No, we need to address that shit and look at it correctly, not emotionally, not on some like simp shit. You know what I'm saying? That just because a woman says, oh, she's right. No. We got to analyze this shit. You know what I mean? You can't just fucking jump on because it's a woman, then you're gonna look like, oh, you're a woman hater. None of that. The fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the most dumbest shit ever. You know, that they're really quick to dismiss you and cancel you because of that. You know, only because you're speaking up on a man's preference. A woman has preference, a man has preference. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. You know, if a man says, I want this in a woman, what happens? Oh, he's controlling. He's, you know, he's all of this. No, it's not. I just don't want no lazy ass hoe bag. You know what I'm saying? I want a woman who's going to be passionate, sensitive. Shit, you want me to make that money? Then I need you to be sensitive. I need you to be caring. I need you to be there. You know what I'm saying? If you want those things from me, this is what I want from you. That's all it is. I'm not asking for nothing more. You know what I'm saying? But going back to the movie, I ain't seen none of that. You know what I'm saying? We're not seeing none of that in the movie, you know? And that's
and Riri was a new character in the movie, so I guess that is one.
Well, Riri, yeah, well, because that's all part of like,
she's, you know, from the comics. Yeah, I mean, it fit all in. It didn't feel like they were trying to beat you over.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. You know what I mean? And I think that with Riri's introduction, it was cool because now that opens up the door for her storyline and for her to you know, she got like a show coming up.
She got a show coming up.
Right, she got the show. So they needed to introduce her some way, somehow. And what better to do it than in Black Panther, which makes sense. Now we got Namor. Namor, they did a great job, you know, with having, you know, him and the way they flipped it with the whole, you know, Mayan and, you know, him with Kukulkan Khan being Kukulkan Khan and, you know, but the only thing I'm going to say that I thought was a little, like I said, these are the little parts where I thought it was a little cheesy, was the way he tried to explain his name. Like Namor.
Yeah, I know.
Like I was like, Namor got nothing to do with no amor. Like that shit don't even sound the same. There's no way you could break that down to a Spanish person and be like, Namor. They're going to be like, what? What you trying to say? What the fuck does that mean? Like, you know what I mean? I get it. They tried to tie that in. And
yeah,
I think that was a little reach right there. That was a little bit too far of a reach for me. You know,
they had already had everything pretty well established.
Yeah, they didn't need to go to anymore. You know what I mean? They could have made.
I don't think I felt like, you know, it was cool. Like I had no problems with, like, you know, it's different. I just, you know, I just have in my mind is like Marvel Comics Submariner.
Yeah.
And then now there's MCU Submariner. They ain't exactly they ain't really the same character. I wish they didn't fuck with his origin so much with the shit and the blood.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They did play with the origin a lot, but you know, I get it, you know, because if once again we live in a world where everybody has to be represented. You know what I mean? And I get that. It's great. People are getting representation. That's amazing. You know what I mean? But when you think about it, we're getting representation in a fucking superhero movie. You know what I mean?
They could have just made his dad, like, I think he says he's Mexican or whatever. His dad that, and his mother is like an Atlantean or like in the comics. You know what I mean? Just instead of Leonard Mackenzie, it was, you know, whatever his dad's name was.
Namor. Exactly. I was like, huh? What the fuck? Like I was throwing off Aqua Poppy.
Oh,
Aqua
shit.
Papi. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like I was waiting for somebody to pull out little modelos and you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Get some crazy
Yeah.
ass pinata.
Dos
That
Equis
shit
out.
would have been like stupid. You would have been like, what the fuck are these people doing? You know, but they the only reach for me was the way they explained his name because I kind of thought it was gonna come from his mother. Like I thought his mother was gonna say something in the sense where, you know, there was some significance to his name based on where he came from or his heritage, his background. That's where I thought they were gonna like, you know, get the name description from. But it came from a conquistador, which I get it. You know what I mean? When he got there, they were there pillaging, killing the people, which brings it back to the whole, you
Gotta show
know,
them evil
right.
white guys doing
The white,
something. You know?
the colonizer, you know what I mean? You got to get the colonizer in there, you know what I mean? Which I get it. It's funny, you know what I mean? It's meant to be like satire at a point now, at this point, you know, but I truly think that the movie had nothing to do with, you know, trying to push some agenda. If you know the character and you know the story, then you understand the movie, you know, and that's why a lot of people, when I saw them talking about it, that they were just like, oh man, this is like Woman King, you know what I mean? This is ridiculous, you know. And I'm just like, no, it was absolutely not Woman King, you know what I mean? Woman King, yeah, was stupid, you know what I mean? But this wasn't, you know what I mean? Like this actually had basis in the comic book, you know what I mean? And to me, she carried it well, you know. How did Paul feel when they said, I don't give a fuck?
Well, she called him that in the first one too.
In the first movie, they said colonizer more in the first movie than in the second movie.
They did.
They said colonizer like 50 fucking times in the movie, in Black Panther. You know what I mean? Number one. So you know, and this movie was like
funny line, man. It's good for the movie. Like I don't know. I hope nobody was bothered by that.
Well, there was plenty of white people bothered by that. I saw videos like that they were like, oh, that's why you see that there weren't a lot of
white people. Technically, I'm American, so when she's calling people colonizers, she's speaking to Europeans, not me.
Europeans, you know what I'm saying?
Americans didn't technically colonize it. I mean,
they're descendants of colonizers.
Yeah, I mean, basically, but you know what I'm saying. It's not the same. So, either way, man, hey, my skin's thick, bro. It take more than that to.
Yeah, exactly. Because you understand the concept behind it. You're not all fragile and shit like half the population now that fucking get all in the tizzy.
I said, I hope nobody had issues with that.
No, they did. Oh, believe me, I saw the videos. Yeah? People were,
Christ,
all these white people were rallying. They were
it's
just
like we said before. We talking before the show, man. I fear for the future, man.
But you know what? On the same token, you had black people who, in the beginning, who was posting videos that were like, "Oh, I can't wait. I just ordered my, you know, my African garment. You know, I'm gonna be all in white with my African attire." And I'm like, "You African? Like you straight from Africa, or you born here?" And they, you know, and they're like, "Oh no." I'm like, "Do you have any direct?"
I mean, honestly, you know, we used to have this discussion with my friends. You know, the term African American, like no one calls me a European
American, and they should.
So why is my wife African American?
Right, exactly. Right? Why am I Latin American? And why why white people are just American?
Yeah.
Like why the fuck that should be called European American?
One of them things. We all Americans, right? I mean,
we're all Americans. You know what I mean? But then you get that little, you know, subdivision.
But black people are called African Americans. I never really got that, but
who you calling token? The token white guy. America has territories. There are colonizers still. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I feel like the yeah, I suppose, but those territories are probably well compensated, or they're trying to get well compensated.
Exactly. Well, listen, man, we ain't gonna get into this whole thing because that's a totally another subject. And believe me, I would love to. Paul knows me very well. I'm very versed in that department.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Guerrilla Republic, baby. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about indigenous and our original land, original language, original religion? Yeah, we could get it in. You know,
talk about what was it, the Eskimos?
Yes.
That's a whole other show.
That's a whole nother show. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, the whole point of this show was to really focus on the movie and how the backlash that came off the movie that I really didn't see, man. I just didn't, you know. Where's my wrenches at? Where's my wrenches at?
Your fans are back.
Oh, my fans are back. Where my wrenches at? Let's go, guys. We got to get on it. We got to block these people. Hey, Joe, what's good? Hold on, I'm trying to block these. Hold Hold on, did we do it? I did it. Excuse me.
They popping up faster.
They're blocked. They're blocked. They're coming quick in. They're coming quick. And we got another sister in the house. Angel, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping by. It's been a minute. I haven't seen. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, definitely. I did not see no craziness in the movie. I truly believe that they really presented the movie well. You had a lot of moments that I thought were very refreshing in the sense that I thought it was a great send-off to Chad Bosewick. Like I really felt like they hit that, you know. I got it. Hold on. That was a good one. Wrenches assemble. I'm using that, Rudy. I'm using that. You know, I truly think that, you know, with the warrior, the soldiers, everybody, it was just like, you know, I really thought everything was played well. They did a good job on it, you know. And yeah, man, I didn't really feel like they were trying to push like this whole, you know, women. It's just, it was comic books, man. It was Shuri becoming, you know, Black Panther, her journey through it, and her being able to like push through her loss with her brother, who was the original Black, you know, the original, but you know what I mean, like the Black Panther that we all know and love and shit. So
it seems like, at least in the comic knowledge that I have, and still, you know, to a fairly certain point, the Black Panthers were always men, right? Unless now they retro continuity said one of them was, you know, whatever. But I mean, so they were always men. So that was the only like you know, different. But everything, I mean, it's basically as true to the story, you know, the comics, you know. So it's the only thing I wish, man, if they were gonna go do more like that, they should have had like Doom.
Well, if you want to, they did pander. They also pandered to the Latinos. They pandered with Namor. You know what I mean? We're making Namor Mayan. You know, that was they pandered to that too. You know, I feel that's where the pandering came from. It wasn't towards the women, you know, and then trying to empower women in this movie, because they already had powerful women in the first movie. You know what I mean? Like, look at his fucking soldiers. Like his main fucking, you know, protection
his
was
bodyguards.
His bodyguards was what? The fucking elite soldiers that were women. You know what I mean? They kicked fucking ass. So I feel like, yeah, they did pander, but I saw the pandering more to the Spanish, you know, culture, to the Latinos. You know what I mean? I feel like that was more the pandering, you know, and like I said, at the same time, when people talk representation, it's like, yeah, that's awesome. You know what I mean? That's great. You know what I mean? But to be honest, I would not give a fuck if they didn't. To be honest, I wouldn't have been butthurt if they would have just kept it, you know, half Atlantean, half human, half white, half Atlantic. Like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have not made me no different, because at the end of the day, it's a fucking superhero movie. It's not even based on reality. So you're going to represent me in a fucking fictional fucking movie and make me think that, oh, yes, I mean, you know, we have that inclusion. Like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? If anything, just give me Namor. And I honestly, I didn't get the fucking asshole I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of wanted him to be a little bit more abrasive. You know what I'm saying? For a second there, I'm thinking like, yo, is he gonna hook up with fucking Shuri? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Seemed like they were
like, yeah, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, you know, like, I know he about that life too. Don't trust me. That nigga Namor will take your bitch. You know what I'm saying? He will snatch your lady.
Ladies, man.
You know what I'm saying? He will snatch your lady, you know, and then that goes back to probably the Latino, the lover. You know what I'm saying? Maybe who knows? You know what I'm saying?
Stereotypes, you know.
Exactly. Oh, no, let's not even.
Yeah,
you can't even compare, you know what I mean, fucking She-Hulk to this shit. You know what I mean? She-Hulk is on a whole nother fucking level. That's a whole nother show. We actually spoke on that shit. That shit was fucking retarded. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, exactly. Right. Oh, Nate, exactly. You know, I wanted to see that asshole. Like, you know, when he first showed up, I was like, okay, he's gonna be this fucking dickhead. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't gonna try
initially, you know.
Yeah, just come off.
And that's the only thing I would say. I mean, obviously, we're doing spoilers here anyway, but you know.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. If y'all ain't I'm pretty sure everybody saw this shit. If you ain't see it,
last final kind of throwdown with her, and she kind of got the upper hand on him,
right?
And he kind of like, you know, I feel like Namor would be like, "Fuck it, do what you got to do." Then
do what you got to do.
Like, I'm not changing my mind, like, you know.
Right.
Whereas in the movie, he said he yields over like that.
Yields, right? That's the part I was just like, That's not
I mean,
Namor.
didn't Hyperion and the Squadron Supreme, did they rip his head off or cut his head off? Like he's never
Yeah.
in the comics, but he's back. But you know,
Yeah. And then the one thing he said that he was like, oh, the most powerful, person is Black Panther. And I'm just like, no, actually, you're stronger than Black Panther. Like you could put Black
Oh
Panther
yeah,
to shame, bro.
yeah.
Like you up there with fucking
He
with
throws
Thor,
down with the Hulk and the
with the
Thing and
Hulk and
Thor and
Thor and
shit.
thing.
Yeah,
Like, bro, you up there with them. Like you will slap Black Panther. Like, get the fuck out of
he's
here.
on a different level.
He's on another level. So to say that, it was again this part of the the hype.
That's the only other little small thing I guess I would say too. They could have got more of like a fucking specimen to play him.
My bad, Leroy. My bad.
Yeah, sorry, Leroy.
My bad.
They could have got like a real fucking like specimen to play him. I mean, that dude was kind of like soft looking. I don't know, man.
Yeah, cats tend to do that.
Cats are assholes. No
Cat's asshole. That's what we're doing here, people. We're talking about cat assholes. But yeah, I think it all goes back to that, man. I really feel like, they really, based on what I heard, he's a goddamn, yeah, bro. Exactly. Yeah. He's a fucking founding member of the fucking Defenders, bro. This dude is like cosmic level badass. Exactly, bro. And for him to say what he said about Black Panther being the most powerful, like I was like, nah, that's all for the movie. That's all movie shit. You know what I mean? Like that's not, get out of here.
Like when he came and he first told her what he was gonna do, and then he went to Wakanda and kicked some ass, and then he said you got 3 days to like, basically agree or get your shit together. That was more like, Namor. And then at the end when he's yielding and shit, I just was like, nah, I don't know about that. He ain't that kind of
and not for nothing, there was like a handful of fucking Wakandans, the soldiers, all these 8-man, all these people, like when they were on the boat, like they were gonna die, like they were about to die. Like if he didn't like yield or like that's it, like bro, he could have just like tripped her, got up and fucking jumped into the ocean, like fucking, you know what I'm saying, and like call it a wrap.
Well, at least they tried to make it like, she had to weaken him to her.
Well, level, no, so yes,
she had to dry him out and hit him with that heat and shit. So.
With the heat and all that, yeah, that I got. You know what I mean? So that's where I was like, I get it. You know what I mean? But I just didn't get that. He actually acknowledged that she, Black Panther was like the most powerful. That's where I was like, oh, chill. You know what I mean? Now they're gaslighting. Like, stop it. Like, fucking gaslighting here. Like, let that shit go. But yeah, man, I truly think that, like going back to, the beginning of this conversation, man, we just, you got to analyze shit. And I think that before we like make comments or make any type of like, constructive criticism, we have to really understand what we're talking about. I think that's very important, and we need to really stay out our feelings, man. And a lot of times, even in here, I saw a lot of people get in their feelings, and it's like, bro, you cannot get in your feelings when you have these type of discussions, because that's where you're gonna fall on your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, basically, if you're emotionally fragile, man, you should probably just avoid any kind of like
just avoid these conversations, stay away, because the last thing you want to do is say some dumb shit because you're all in your feelings and you look real stupid, and you don't want to do that. And you cannot be afraid of dealing with the reality of it. We have to deal with the reality. I don't care how people see me. You know what I mean? It's like, I ain't no simp. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here, you know what I mean, and sweat some, do we know what simp means, guys? Do we understand what simp means? Do we know what simp means?
I hope they know. If they see it, they would know.
They would know.
You pointed it out, they would know.
Somebody told me simp means suckers impressed with mediocre pussy.
Wow.
I was like, God damn.
That's one definition,
That's one definition. I was like, Jesus Christ. But like, to me, it's like, you can't be afraid to just, be a man, bro. There's nothing wrong with being manly. There's nothing wrong with being a man, because when you think about it, who the fuck built that house you in? You know what I'm saying? Like, who, you know what I'm saying? Who came up with that car you driving? Like, you cannot discredit men in society. You cannot discredit us. We're all in the same. We're all, you know, like we said, we are equal as far as when it comes to rights and equality in our society. You know what I mean? We that is the, straight up the truth right there. We need that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But on all other aspects, no, we're not, and we need to be proud of that. You know what I mean? We need to be proud of that. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of, you know what I learned too, talking to women, it was like, you know, the word that they don't like is submissive, because submissive has a different connotation than what it really means. You know what I mean? Submissive really means that what I tell you to go clean and you're gonna clean, go do this. That's not submissive. That's controlling. You know what I mean? That's a dude that wants you as a fucking slave. You know what I mean? Submissive means that when I'm fucked up in the head and I want to get something off my chest, you're gonna listen to me, and you're gonna give me that ear and that shoulder for me to lean on. That's being submissive to your man, is hearing him out. You see him stressed the fuck out, and you're gonna be like, baby, what's wrong? That's being submissive to your man, because now you're taking time out of your time to listen to him, to give and then give him what you think is the best advice that you could give your man. That's being submissive. You know what I mean? Anything outside of that is being controlling. You know what I mean? When you want to control somebody, you're going to be, you know, but that's what it means to be submissive. You know, and a lot of times people get that shit confused. Why? Because they get in their feelings. Because when you hear that word trigger,
get emotional.
Oh my God. No, fuck you. You're not telling me what to do. Blah, 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 blah. No, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm giving you advice on the best, you know what I'm saying, route you should take. You know what I'm saying? That's different from telling you what to do. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to like point you in the right direction. You know, just the same way you would do
your
me.
girlfriend's
back. Here we go.
What's up, Paulie?
Wrenches assemble. You know, yo, what up with big back issue, Paulie? What's going on, brother? You know what I'm saying? I know you're probably in a corner somewhere, hiding out in the back alleyway around outside your job. Make sure you don't get caught watching the show. You know what I mean? But, you know, this is the shit that we you know, we can't be afraid to talk about, you know, and I feel that a lot of people shy away from these conversations because they feel that they're going to be judged. You know what I mean? And I think that that's fucked up. I truly think that that's fucked up, that you are immediately dismissed and judged and canceled because someone doesn't agree with you or fails to take the time to hear you out and then do the research themselves and be like, you know what? There's some sense in what he's saying. I may not agree with everything he's saying or her what she's saying, but there is something there that actually resonates with me. You know what I mean? That makes me have a thought. And this is why we have these conversations, to help y'all guys have some type of fucking thought in your head, help you to think differently. You know what I'm saying? That's why when we have these conversations, I sit here and I'll be like, you know what? You're absolutely right. I'll take that back. You know what I mean? I didn't process that correctly. You said something that triggered something in my mind that made me think something I wasn't thinking before.
Sometimes you're going to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. You know what I mean?
Exactly, boy. You listen, the only way you're going to purify steel is by putting it in the fire. The only way you're going to make steel strong is by putting it in the fire to remove its impurities. So you got to walk through the fire, man. You got to go through the fire to understand and become stronger, to become harder, hardened steel. You know what I mean? You have to go through it, you know, and right now we're at a point where that right there is like a no-no. What up, Blue Cow? That right there is a big no-no. Like you cannot, you know, put yourself in that position because that puts you at odds with people who think like you. And you know what? If they don't think like you, that's okay. It's okay. It's okay if we all have differences of opinions. That's fine. Doesn't mean you got to hate somebody. If it's not hurting you, harming you, he's not being violent towards you, a person is not, you know, causing you any ill will. It's just words that you don't agree with. Oh, well, you know what I'm saying?
Move on. Life
Move
goes
on. Keep it fucking moving. Stop crying about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. This is what this is about here. You know, and I feel like we get caught up in our feelings. We get caught up in our little cliques. And when you're in a clique, you get that tribal mentality that everybody starts to think the same and y'all each start regurgitating each other's bullshit. You know what I mean? And then that becomes your reality. That is your reality. Whatever it is that you're thinking is your reality.
They like the smell of their own gas. You know,
Right.
they just
So
in that
you
fucking
got to keep
chamber.
pumping that shit out, you know. But when you are unable to add and take away from that, you're stuck. You know what I mean? And as they say, a fool loves to hear himself talk, you know, and you need to understand that you need to be able to break that, you know, because there's a term that is said that I always lived off by: build and destroy. But to build, you have to destroy. You know what I'm saying?
People want the build part. They don't want the destroy part, though.
You got to destroy old ideologies. You got to destroy old ways of thinking. You know what I mean? If it doesn't fit with the paradigm that you're at today, get rid of it. You know what I mean? Revamp it, start over again. And then you're going to do it again probably in a couple years, and you're going to keep doing it again. It's a never ending process. He who thinks knows it all is a fucking fool. If you believe there's nothing else that you could learn today, you are a fool. And I'll tell you that to your face. I don't give a fuck who you are. You are a fool. You know what I'm saying? And that's what school teaches you. That's why a lot of people think, well, I got my diploma. I've reached the peak of knowledge. I've learned everything, because this diploma says that I don't need to learn no more. I know it all. School taught me everything. Yeah, school has about fucking 0.01% of all the books in the world. You know what I'm saying? You know how much more knowledge is out there in this world? You know how many books there are out there? You know how much more information is out there?
How much more shit I learned.
Shit you have not, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So this is why, you know, it's very important to be able to look in the mirror and tell yourself, hey man, that not good. I need to change that. You know,
don't my wife too, Paulie. My wife too.
Listen, of course, man. Listen, I think that's one of the things that it goes back to what we're saying. Those are the differences. You know what I mean? And there's women. I mean, you can ask a room full of girls and they all 10s. You know what I'm saying? Like they will believe. It don't matter what they look like. You tell a girl, hey, girl, from 1 to 10, what are you? I'm a 10. And then every other girl next to them, that's right, girl, you a 10, girl. Ooh, I wish I looked like you.
There's always that one. What do they call it?
It's
grenade or whatever.
But then when you put a room full of guys and you ask them, yo, what are you all 1 through 10? A dude will be like, I'm like a 6. You know what I'm saying? On a good day with a haircut, I'm like 7.
Keep it real.
Nigga, dudes will keep it real. They'll be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But that's just the difference between men and women, and that's okay. There's nothing fucking wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no big fucking deal. You know? Exactly. Never confuse intelligence. And let me break it down for the 12 people who are here. Y'all guys are fucking, y'all about it. Because everyone else that jumped ship, y'all know, y'all stuck in y'all fucking ways. And I don't want
real for them. They had to bounce.
Yeah, this is too fucking real for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to keep living that fucking illusion, you know, that you living in, and people patting you on the back and fucking jerking you off, telling you you're great. You know what I mean? You're nothing you say is wrong, you know? But I'm gonna tell you, there's a big difference between intelligence and smart. I'm off the rails here. Intelligence and smart. And if anybody else here, I'm gonna give y'all a few seconds. What is the difference between intelligence and smart? You know what I'm saying? And this is something that I've studied and I've broken down to myself. Like, I've really analyzed this shit. And there's a huge fucking difference, because the majority of the population is smart. Yes. You know what smart is? The ability of memorization. You can regurgitate information. That's what school teaches you, is to be smart. Intelligent is the ability to dissect that information. Okay? So if I tell you something, yeah, America was founded in 1749, whatever the fuck. If somebody asks you in a test, oh, America, 1749. Oh, wow, he's smart. You remember that information. Now, dissect
it's all just memorization.
Now, go look into the history books at that time and now break that fucking year down and that is intelligence. When you're able to dissect the information and break it down past the ability of memorization, it is intelligence, because now it becomes self-awareness. You are self-aware. You're not just told how to think, you know how to think. You're dissecting this information. You're able to process this information, break it down. It's like a book. How many books you read but don't even know who fucking wrote it? Right?
Yeah.
So you're smart. You memorize that book, but do you even know the author? Do you know where the author got that information from? Do you know the author of the author that the author got that information from? That is a sign of intelligence, because you're not willing to settle on memorizing shit. Because you can memorize anything. You can memorize useless information. Memorize a whole bunch of useless fucking information, and it don't mean shit to your life. But when you're able to break down that information, now you have intelligence. And that's what lacks in our society. People think because I remember something, that's it. My diploma says I learned this, I learned that. There's nothing you could tell me.
Some of that, you know what it is? Because their feelings get in the way of the intelligence, because they can't break down a situation or look at something. They don't want to see it. You know, they might see the hard truth or something, and it might be against what their feelings are saying. So then they won't acknowledge that information, you know. So that's why you get a lot of dumb motherfuckers nowadays.
Hell yeah, man. Shout out to all the top G's, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we about, you know. And I think that that's very important, you know, that we, you know, you don't just settle. So that's why when somebody tells me something and I see these videos, I'm quick to be like, let me save that video. I go back to it, and then I start breaking it down. Where this information came from, who wrote this information, that person who wrote it, where did they get that information from? You know what I mean? And then that's when you start to realize what's really going on. And like Blue Cow said, which I always say, fuck your fucking feelings. I don't give a fuck how you feel. You could cry to me all day, but if you're wrong, guess what? You're fucking wrong. Your tears don't make you right. You know how many murderers ain't crying in court? You know what I'm saying? Like, their tears don't make them right. They don't justify what the fuck they did because they feel a certain way. Oh, I was so mad.
What happened?
Because I was so mad, it justified the death of this person. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. And that's just the most like more, you know, blatant way of putting it. You know what I mean? But you got to be able to dissect this shit, man. And if you don't have the ability to dissect information, you're a fucking bot. And I'll tell you all day, I'm tired of these fucking bots. They want to come at me, you know, when I'm talking, and I'm just like, yo, bro, you're regurgitating the same shit that you saw on TikTok. Like, did you even look? Oh my God, yo, they're coming at me today. Wrenches assemble.
Damn, man, what's going on?
Damn, yo, it's like the third time today.
These women are like, oh, you want to talk about feminism? We got something for you.
We got something for you. We're gonna. There you go. That's a whole bunch of feminism right there.
We got a new private dating chat.
You know what I'm saying? Can't get any more feminist than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the world's oldest profession, as they say.
World's oldest profession, exactly. You know, but like, I think that, you know, at the end of the day, this movie really, you know, came off as like a great send off. You know, I want to take it back to the movie. I'm trying to, like, you know, I don't want to get too caught up in that, because I know that
stay on target, bro.
Right. The 11 people that are here, y'all motherfuckers know what's up. Y'all motherfuckers know what's up, man. All these other people that were here that jump ship, y'all in a fucking illusion. Y'all in a bubble. Y'all living in a fucking bubble. But those of y'all who are really here hanging out and understand what's really going on, that's who I'm talking to. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I know, Spider. It's fucking insane, bro. Scamming. They're trying to stop. They're trying to stop. Don't be scared to change your opinion because it differs from what. Right, exactly. You have to be able to change your ideas, bro. You don't even understand when I was 21, I had an epiphany on so many things, even religion, a lot of things that I held sacred to me. And when I realized a lot of this shit is fucking bullshit, so an illusion of control, not only mentally, physically, but spiritually, yo, I went into a depression. I was depressed for like a good 10 months because I felt like my whole reality collapsed. Like everything that I held as true was false. You know what I mean? And it just kept getting more and more. The more I kept digging, the more I found that this is an illusion. You know, and I was just like, holy shit. And I just felt horrible, you know, because I felt like I've been living a lie for so long. You know, so it's not easy. But I'm very transparent. Well, I try to be transparent. And when I look at myself in the mirror, I truly try to check myself, man. Like, it's not easy. It's hard. But I truly do try to check myself when I look in the mirror. And I'd be like, Pete, are you really like understanding what you're saying? Do you really believe that? Do you really understand this and this and this? You know, and I question myself. you know, and this is one of the reasons why I do this show, is because when somebody comes on here, you know, and presents a different perspective, you know, that right there to me is amazing, because now my brain is like, whoop, on overdrive. You know, now I'm like, holy shit, I got this whole new world that I could search and research and learn from. You know, and you take the things that make sense to you. Not everything makes sense to everybody, because not everybody's on the same level, people. We're not on the same level. We all have different journeys. So it's no different than a child who's 10 years old, who's so fucking in tune and spiritual, compared to a dude who's 50 years old on the corner still rocking a gold chain, talking to little high school girls. They're on, you know what I'm saying? He's stuck. You know what I'm saying? He's stuck.
We're just on different wavelengths, you know what I mean?
Different wavelengths, man. Different journeys in life, different energies and frequency that we are traveling in. And some people have
priorities. A lot of it is too, you know what I mean?
That's why you don't mesh with people. Understand, guys? That's why you don't mesh with a lot of people, because they're not on the same frequency. It's no different than the bandwidth on the radio. If you're not on 97.7, you're not gonna vibe with me. If you're on fucking 104, 10, 0.5, we're not vibing, because we're on two different levels, two frequency energies that we're just gonna clash with each other. So that's why a lot of times when you meet somebody, instantly you're like, either this nigga's cool, or this motherfucker, I don't fuck him. I don't like him.
I ain't feeling this.
I don't like this dude. I don't feel him, or I don't feel her. You know what I'm saying? It's an energy. We're on different energy wavelengths, man. Understand that. If you don't understand about energy and wavelengths, look it up, guys. Do your research on frequency and energy, and we're energy. We are, understand this, the difference between matter and spirituality. Okay, they're the same. They're interchangeable. It's just that they're on different frequencies. So you have matter is the lowest form of spirituality, and spirituality is the highest form of matter. But you transition. So there are different levels of frequency for you to get to a higher frequency. That's why you don't see things. We see what we see now on this energy field, because this is the field we're in. So if this is 97.7 megahertz of energy, all you're going to see is anything that resonates on 97.7 megahertz. You're not going to see nothing that resonates on 100. That's too high for your ability to see. That's beyond your vision. You can't see that or understand it or feel it or know it. And then that's when people talk about ghost and shit and they're on a different reality. They're on a higher frequency that you can't see. But when they lower themselves to you, then they manifest and people see things and they're like, oh my God, it was a ghost. Oh, this was that. You know what I'm saying? I know we're on a totally different subject right now. I know I went off the fucking rails, but it goes to show that, you know what, when you sit down and talk to somebody, man, shit gets a lot deeper than what you think, man. And there's a reason why people say the shit they say, is because they have so much information that to you, it may, when you only could see but so far. All right, let me put it like this. You are what you know. You are what you know. So if you read a book and all you do is read that one book for your whole life, then guess what? Your knowledge is limited to the information in that one book. Yeah. So you are what you know. So if all you know is what you learned in high school, guess what? You're going to have a high school education mentality. And that's
your perspective is going to be stuck on that level.
Exactly. You're going to be stuck on that level. But when you come out of that shit and you start reading more and more and more and it keep expanding, then you supersede that kind of, knowledge. And then now you're on another level, and not everybody could really get there. Bro, you already know, Scheme. Shout out to Scheme Riches. I ain't even send you
what up?
I didn't think you was here. I don't know. Scheme is like in fucking Amsterdam right now.
Yeah, no, he's traveling, man.
He's like in fucking South Africa. He's chilling actually in fucking Wakanda. The brother is in Wakanda right now. Yo, salute to Scheme, man. Shout out to Scheme. I've been trying to get this brother on the show, but he's Mr. International. Like Paul said in the beginning, Mr. International. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of them wavelengths, you know what I mean? He's in Albuquerque digging for comics. Hell yeah.
He's in Albuquerque digging. Beautiful, brother. Next week, let's take it down a notch and discuss bags and boards, do's and don'ts. No. So next week's topic, for those who are here, I'm gonna say it right now. We're gonna discuss tape. We're gonna discuss it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna talk about taping.
I ain't even got no
bags and boards. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna
Now,
talk about
fuck
it.
tape. Just tuck the flap. You just tuck it
Ooh,
in the
oh
bag.
my God. What?
I'm just saying.
No, I do that to some of my. I ain't gonna lie.
You ain't gotta worry about fucking up a book with some tape,
exactly. I do that. My problem is that a lot of times with the new bags, they kind of like fucking flat back out, so you kind of like got to put the crease in it.
Well, I usually use the My Light, so the bag's like a little.
Oh yeah, they already got
already,
that
so
fold in
it's
it.
got
Yeah,
like a
they got
little
the
like
fold in it.
crispiness
Yeah,
to it. It'll like just
yeah,
a little
that's true.
flat.
That's true. That's true. But guys, man, definitely, you know, I'm glad you for the people who are still here. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys who was, you know, and shout
Sometimes you
out to
need to
everybody.
just hash it out, man. You just gotta get it out, you know. Look at us, man. I love this dude like a brother, man. We had like a fairly, I guess you would say, contentious conversation one day. I don't even know when that was, probably like 2 years ago now or something.
2 years ago, yeah, about a year and a half.
There's definitely no, if you think about it, right? Because not too many people you met, we didn't probably even know each other on that level at that point. To like most people, if you met someone online and you got into a discussion like that with them, these kids today would be like, "Oh, fuck that dude! I ain't never talking to him again." Or you know, they would just be like, you know, they want to be able to handle it or get beyond it and be like, "I know, I see what you're saying," but you know, I feel like this is what I'm seeing, you know, or whatever. But that's the problem. The world needs more of me and you, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and I think that you know that conversation was we were at it for like 2 hours.
I know. As
It was
my
like
son
2
kept
3
coming out,
hours. We
like,
were going.
"Dad, what are
And
you
it was,
yelling about?"
yo, guys, there was like pretty much throughout the whole conversation, there was no agreement. It was like, yo, but what are you trying to say? Like, I don't understand that. Like, why you going there? And I'm like, yo, but why you going there? You know what I'm saying? And but at the end of the day, it helped us realize who we are and helped us understand each other more. Right. It helped understand each other more and us come at an even ground where we could look at each other and be like, you know what? I respect what you got to say, brother. Like, you know what I mean? Because you came at it intellectually. You know what I mean? You was not in your feelings. And to me, you got to respect that, you know? And yeah, whether we agree with each other or not, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we respect each other. And look at us now. You know what I mean? We're like the fucking, this is, I got to say, he's my BFF, my comic BFF.
The bromance or whatever.
The bromance we got over here, you know what I'm saying?
It's true, though.
Can't get any more feminist than that, bro.
Oh, shit.
You know, yo, bro, don't even get me started. Dude, don't even get me started on that, bro.
That's
when I see those videos of people who don't, oh my God, bro, they don't even understand like the four corners of the compass. Like, I'm just like, bro, like, yeah, yo, we are fucking doomed. I'm gonna tell you right now, we are doomed, bro. Like this generation
seriously
behind, oh my God, they're fucking clueless.
We are doomed.
We are doomed. Exactly. Oh, I got. Hey, he's back. Oh no, I got.
I see you flexing back there with the.
You see. I got my planet eaters behind me, son.
I got you.
They're holding me down today. I was like, hold on, I need backup. You know what I'm saying? I need backup.
You're gonna make me drop that 7 and go get that fucking thing, man.
Yeah, we all know. We saw the post. All right, calm down.
I gotta get it, man. I gotta get it.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on a second. I had a question here. I know Julian was asking real quick. He said, "You guys got any particular ones you want to get down the line?" See, that's at this point. Man, that complete runs. To be honest, I am working on my because I can't. I was late with Namor. I was late with Namor. I was never really a Namor fan. You know what I mean? Paul knows that. Not really a Namor fan in the beginning. Oh shit! Nice.
No, I use this. Those black, the black, like those plastic boxes. They got like a little slot in the front for cards. So this is actually my Submariner box. It's right under me here. So I use this to like so I know what box it is. But yeah, I still need like probably like 10 issues. So what is it? 70? I think it's 72 issues. So I still need like 10 of them.
You see, he had to figure out.
Yeah, no, I had the same shit happen, Paulie. I had the same shit happen. Motherfucker was like struggling.
I know,
for like
motherfuckers look at change
damn.
like that shit is like otherworldly. They're like,
you need like an abacus, you know, with the fucking little beads to slide them and shit. He was all fucked up.
Oh shit. Man, I tell you, we could go. That'll be a whole nother show just talking about the fucking generation that's like clueless. You know what I mean? So a video of a bunch of kids who were questioned on what is the capital of the U.S. and neither of them got it right. God, Jesus Christ, the capital. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it if you be like, yo,
not only are they not intelligent,
you
they're
know what
not
I mean?
even
Like,
smart because they can't even memorize the
right,
shit.
they're not even smart. That's the thing. See, that there you go. Like they're
At
just
least be smart, man.
at least be
memorize
smart
shit.
and memorize the fucking thing. You don't have to break it down. Just fucking regurgitate it. You know what I mean? Just regurgitate it. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Probably get them all fucked up. You ask them like the 3 branches of government or what? I mean,
right.
You don't want to make them get a fucking brain cramp or something.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
72 issues. That's a good series. Actually, that's
like
70
how many
issue.
hydrogen molecules are in oxygen?
Yeah, I mean,
they'll be like, what the? And then you could tell them, like, you're right. So in H2O, how many hydrogen? Like, you can literally say,
like, what's H2O?
H2O, how many hydrogen molecules are? And they'll be like,
be like, what is
5.
that?
You know what I mean? And you're like,
I don't know. Let me check Google. Let me see what Siri says.
You know what I'm saying? And they still won't get that shit. But yo, man, I mean, it's been a great show. We're a couple minutes over the hour, of course. Shout out to everybody who was hanging out with us right now, man. Great fucking show.
Appreciate
you guys are the intelligent population of this community. You know what I'm saying? The rest of them are just fucking smart. Keep it up, guys. You know what I mean? 20 molecules. Exactly. 2-0. You're like 20? You know?
So
you know? Oh man. Oh yeah, Leroy, you're going with 22? Yeah. I think I would have too. I would too. Fuck it. We all going with 20. You know what I mean? Definitely, man. You guys have a great weekend. Yo, guys.
Definitely good
happy
holiday.
Thanksgiving. For those who don't know, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but I do celebrate Happy Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to you guys. And I hope you guys stay safe.
He doesn't know, but I got a turkey heading his way, so he's good.
I don't like turkey. I never like turkey, bro. That shit is like, I don't know what it is about turkey, man. I just don't like turkey.
Now.
I don't like turkey. Just the meat. I don't know.
It's too white for Morbius. That's what it is. That white.
Nah, it's not white. It's just, I guess, I don't know. It just has a peculiar taste to it. I just never really, I don't know.
And honestly speaking, unless you smother that shit with some gravy.
Come on now. You're going to eat some dry ass fucking
yams and sweet potatoes and shit. Yeah, it is kind of fucking bland.
Yeah, eat it by itself, guys. Eat turkey by itself without the yams and the gravy.
You know what? I'm with you on that. I agree with you.
Turkey is not really, you know what I'm saying?
I prefer ham myself. So
you know what I mean? Let's not, oh, Bobby, what's going on? See, this is what I'm talking about, man.
What's up, brother?
It be a lot of motherfuckers in the cut, man. And salute to you guys, man. Salute to you guys, because you guys are amazing, man. You don't got to show yourself, but as long as y'all listen, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. Yo, guys, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys have a great, safe weekend, guys. Be careful with the drunk driving. You know, a lot of people are going to be out there drinking this weekend. Please try to stay off the road. If you've been drinking, just stay home. Crash at your mother's house, your grandmother's house, your cousin's house. Stay off the road, man. But for real, man, don't, because I've had a lot of bad experience with friends who've dealt with that. So, guys, just chill. You know what I mean? If you feeling good, stay home, bro. Stay home or stay wherever the fuck you at. It's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? Call out of work if you got to. You know what I mean? Life is not that serious, man. Your health is. Nope. So once again, man,
not like me.
You guys, tricky.
I'm off for Monday, so
appreciate you. Yeah, I know you off. I'm off Thursday and Friday, so I'll be back Monday. Tomorrow I got to work, but I'll be off Thursday and Friday.
Well, hold on, you said you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, man. You should work Thursday then. If I was your boss, I'd say, you know what? You don't celebrate this fucking holiday. You can come in to work. That's what.
Motherfucker, I'll celebrate Martin Luther King Day, and I don't get that fucking day off. How about June 13th?
Well, yeah, you know what? So my wife has it as a floating holiday. I have to work. Yeah, I don't get it.
You got to work. See what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And you should be having day. You should have that day off.
Should, man. They did.
You know what I'm saying? You representing, son, with the family. Yo, guys, once again, peace. Appreciate you guys. We are out of here. I got a beer to finish. Y'all already know.
Yep.
Peace. Enjoy yourselves.
We need another one.
Yeah.